that's what I've come up with the whole self-compassion, I don't know, mental health, depression, ADHD, whatever you want to call it, is that similar to what I was thinking about in my head about the whole, like, the pillars that I want to be, like, dug deep in me, and also, like, build new ones, because now it feels like I really built, like, half, and they're ones that have no pillars, or they're areas of land that have no pillars in that circular zone. I know what I'm talking about, picturing it, but what I've realized is I need to have those pillars, those baseline, those foundations that by fire, by thunder, by whatever it is, have to be upheld, right? And I feel like this is the central core of all of this, like, you know, not knowing, am I going too fast, too slow, blah blah blah. I need to have those central core baseline things that are non-negotiable, like absolutely non-negotiable. I don't care what it is, these are happening. And for me, and obviously, like, it doesn't mean you should always be working at this baseline. Obviously, you work beyond this whenever you can, but even when you're scaling it back, these are things that will never be scaled back. And for me, it's very obvious in, like, you know, no matter what, thunder, fire, whatever it is, I pray. There's no level of depression that hit me that I'm not praying. You know, my 5 daily prayers, obviously not when I'm on my periods. There's no, you know, I could be like, oh, I'm not doing my sunnah fast, blah blah blah, and I'm not doing the sunnah prayers, but there's no matter of anything that I'll still do my 5 daily prayers. And so that's making me realize, like, these pillars, these, like, foundational core things that I'm building have to be rooted in Islam. Like, obviously I know everything we do have to be rooted in Islam, but it's kind of like you have the roots in Islam, and then the stem of the tree, the trunk, and then other branches grow that get further and further away from Islam. But obviously still it's from the same root tree of Islam, which is like me, when I'm grounded. Oh my god, look at that, I'm grounded by the tree that is Islam. That, and yeah, so I was just thinking about that. And even with the whole compassion, because sometimes I'll be like, oh, should I really make myself do this? Am I really I have to have those baseline things, and this is something I'm going to go through, I guess, building for myself. So I'm just, like, thinking back to the past in my head, the things that I've never gone, like prayer never goes. Eating, sometimes I do just not do without. I need to have those core foundational things. I need to think about what those are. But just as, like, brainstorming, like, I want to say exercise, because, like, I'm very thingy with the exercise, something that shouldn't go. But not exercise in terms of, like, full on exercise, but at least 15 minutes per day, Farida. Hear me out. And if we're going back to the bare minimum, the 15 minutes should be spent outdoors. Okay? These are things that are non-negotiable. Reading the Qur'an, 2 pages, non-negotiable. What else is non-negotiable? Drinking water, non-negotiable. Minimum 1.5 liters. Minimum 1.5 liters. What else are we thinking? And to build this up based on the different pillars of life. So I guess Islam, and it's like more, I shouldn't say like the pillars of life, obviously, like pillars of life, but if I'm arranging the pillars of life is like a tree, there's the root, which is obviously like the spiritual part, and then everything else like layers into top, like emotional, physical, intellectual, blah blah blah, like parts and the branches of the tree that branch out. So like if I'm going, like, you know, I don't know, I'm 2, whatever it is, we can cut off the intellectual. Not that these things are not amazing things that I really love, but like if we're going to, you know, we really have to do with that, these are the areas I can go. The intellectual part, I know sometimes feel like, oh my god, I want to read a new science paper, but it's like the thing I'm doing with the sewing, it's like trying to figure something out. Yeah, so I don't know, it just hit me like a ton of bricks, like, because I was looking at my room and I was like, oh, look at the state my room is in, but I was like, I'm kind of okay with that, because it's not it's not what's the word I'm looking for, it's not dirty, it's just messy, and I was like, that's actually fine, Frida, like, don't try and do everything at once. But I guess and like the fact that I'm using Slack for my audio recording, so then it's like, oh, 5 minutes, okay, gotta stop now, speed up what you're saying. But yeah, looking at my room, I was like, it's not dirty, it's just messy, like, that's fine. But then I was like, it's not really fine, like, it's not as fine as I would like it to be, so that means I need to ingrain that level of where I want that level to be. Should it be like, oh, okay, it can be this, but it has to be like sectioned with something that is like good enough. I need to define my good enoughs. I need to define my baseline, my pillars, and then I guess like right now I just need to define my baseline, and then the whole like tiering system can come afterwards. For now, just baseline in the different pillars of wellness. Oh, this is gonna make really nice video, and I'm hoping once I've edited it and stuff it makes sense. I think I'm just going to edit the video, not the audio, because the audio is just, you know, how it came out of my mind. Maybe if I say something repetitively I will cut it out, but if not then it's just about 5 minutes and it's fine. Cool, thanks. I hope this has provided some value to someone. It definitely has provided some value to me, and things like these are what I find like I'll save this as a recording and then always listen to it when I need to, like, you know, if I'm being too low and I'm like, what are the baseline, watch this, and then I'll be like,